Good morning, and welcome to another segment of the Werff Report for February 10th. Keep America vigilant. To 26. The Lying Widow, allegedly. Explosive revelations regarding the Charlie Kirk assassination put Erika Kirk, Andrew Colvett, and Brian Harpole, Charlie's head of security, in the spotlight, and not in the way they'd like. We are going to reveal bombshell information today that will make your stomach turn, so buckle up, folks. First, we want to make you aware of a very limited special we're running, possibly only for the next 24 to 48 hours. Right now, you can get a lifetime subscription to our full segments at thewerffreport.com. That's full access to the Werff Report forever for a one-time payment of only $30. This is an insane deal that will never, ever happen again. You can take advantage of this at thewerffreport.com/lifetime, but hurry before the deal ends. Okay, here we go. Let me just say that since Turning Point USA is doling out cease and desist letters to everyone trying to shut people up, rather than have an honest and open debate like Charlie built his company on, we unfortunately need to provide you with this disclosure. The information contained in this segment is based on actual reports and are always, allegedly and reportedly. But for those of you who have been with us for a while, know we are always ahead of the game when it comes to reporting the truth. Now, let's get down to business. First, a whistleblower who was directly involved with an event that was scheduled for the day after Charlie Kirk was murdered has come forward with damning information. Charlie was scheduled to speak at an event on September 11th, 2025 at a Bible college in Woodland Park, Colorado. Now, a whistleblower who was directly involved with that event reportedly says there was no security plan in place for that event. What? But Brian Harpole told us, in his now infamous interview, how they go through extensive preparations for their events related to security. And you mean to tell us that there was no plan for security at an event scheduled for the day after Charlie was murdered? Now, why would that be? Unless, of course, they knew he wasn't going to be there. Now let's move on to the Superman magic bullet miracle story that we were fed by Turning Point USA's spokesperson, Andrew Colvett, which he said came from Charlie's surgeon. That, my friends, has turned out to be a big, fat lie. In reality, Charlie's surgeon did not say this. It would have been a violation of HIPAA. Erika said this. What happened was the surgeon was on a three-way phone call with Erika Kirk and Andrew Colvett, and at one point, Erika made this claim regarding the so-called miracle that Charlie was some Superman with strong bones because the bullet from a very powerful weapon magically stopped in his body, saving countless others. So the whole thing that Charlie's surgeon said this was a complete and total lie. Andrew Colvett knew it was a lie when he said it. By the way, why was Andrew even on this private call with Erika? If you've been following our segments on this, we have long called for a deep dive into exactly what the nature of the relationship was or is between Erika Kirk and Andrew Colvett, if any. We've asked these questions for good reason, and here's even more. It has now been revealed that Erika did not go straight to the hospital where Charlie was the day he was killed. Instead, she waited for about an hour or more and met Andrew Colvett on the tarmac when he landed. The grieving widow did not rush to get to her husband at the hospital. She was waiting for another man. Within the first 48 hours of Charlie being killed, Andrew told Candace Owens that he had such anxiety on the plane that day. He told her that the plane landed, he got off, and ran into Erika's arms on the tarmac and cried like a baby. Their planes landed about an hour apart, possibly more. Let that sink in. A loving, devoted wife gets a call while at her mother's doctor's appointment, which we now have information that is also a lie, by the way, screams in agony when she finds out that her husband has been shot, drops to her knees in the parking lot, as she said, but then flies to Charlie and before rushing to the hospital, waits an hour to meet Andrew Colvett first. And by the way, to this day, we have no one that has come forward saying they heard a scream at their doctor's office or saw Erika fall to the ground in the parking lot. Nobody saw or heard this. Another miracle. Imagine waiting in your doctor's office and hearing a blood-curdling scream like that. You wouldn't forget it. And then, when you find out what happened to Charlie and realizing it was Erika screaming in the office, nobody heard that? Nobody saw her fall in the parking lot? But wait, there's more. When Erika and Andrew finally arrived at the hospital, they entered separately. Erika went through the back entrance, while Andrew went through the front. Why were they trying to hide the fact that they came together? That's what people having affairs do. I'm just saying. And I would also like to remind you that it was previously reported that the feds took down all of the cameras in and outside of the hospital that day. Could this be why? This man, who was allowed the privilege to be on a private call between a grieving widow and her husband's surgeon, was not allowed to enter through the back with Erika? It doesn't make sense, folks, unless you're seeing the whole picture. Now we get to the real story here. An eyewitness says with almost 100% certainty that he witnessed Erika Kirk and Brian Harpole at a military base amid what appeared to be a top-level secret military meeting about 48 hours before Charlie was killed. Sound like fiction? It's not. Turning Point tells us Erika doesn't even know the place, but then is caught in a massive lie when witnesses come forward to say they've also seen her there and that she was set to be in a movie that was filmed in or around that exact military base. There was also a deal worth billions of dollars that went through shortly after Charlie's death, involving a French billionaire who also was one of the first people to know Charlie was dead. Here are the details. If you're not there already, meet us over at thewerffreport.com now, where we can play the rest of this video freely without the threat of being shut down for good. And no, this is not a scam, clickbait, or a scheme for money. It's the only feasible way to bring you the real truth without having our YouTube channel shut down for good. They've banned us already once this year, and they will not hesitate to do it again. Sign up for full segments now at thewerffreport.com. We appreciate your support and we love you all. God bless you all. God bless President Trump and God bless America.